For years, car enthusiasts across America have been bracing for the same headline. The V8 is dead. With stricter emissions rules, rising fuel economy standards, and the massive push toward electric vehicles, it felt inevitable. Naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engines seemed like they were on borrowed time. One by one, automakers downsized. Turbocharged 6-cylinders replaced V8s, hybrids stepped in, EVs took center stage. And yet, here we are, because Ford just made something very clear. The V8 lives in the 2026 Mustang, not as a farewell tour, not as a limited goodbye edition, but as a core part of the lineup. And that decision, it's bigger than most people realize. This isn't just about horsepower. It's about identity. The Mustang has never been just another sports car. In the United States, it represents something deeper: freedom, rebellion, raw sound, and mechanical emotion. Remove the V8 and you don't just change the engine, you change the soul. Ford understands that. At a time when the global auto industry is shrinking engine sizes and racing toward electrification, the Mustang is standing firm as one of the last true American muscle cars still offering a naturally aspirated V8. That's not an accident. It's strategy. Because here's the truth. Mustang buyers aren't shopping for efficiency charts. They're shopping for feeling. They want the rumble at idle. They want the surge at redline. They want that unmistakable soundtrack echoing off a tunnel wall. And no turbo 4-cylinder, no matter how advanced, replicates that emotional punch. Now don't get it wrong. The 2026 Mustang lineup is diversified. It blends modern turbocharged efficiency with high output, muscle and track-focused engineering. But at the heart of it all, the V8 still beats. So the real question isn't whether Ford could have killed it. It's why they chose not to. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what's inside the 2026 Mustang engine lineup, why the V8 survived when so many others didn't, and what this decision says about the future of American performance. So let's break it down. The 2026 Mustang doesn't just keep the V8 alive, it builds an entire performance hierarchy around it. Ford has structured the lineup with 3 distinct powertrain tiers, and each one serves a very specific type of driver. At the entry point sits the 2.3-liter EcoBoost turbocharged inline-4. Now, before anyone calls it just the base model, you understand this? The modern EcoBoost Mustang is far from basic. Over multiple generations, Ford has refined this engine to deliver serious torque, strong mid-range punch, and impressive balance. Because it's lighter than a V8, it improves front-end agility. That translates to sharper turn-in, better weight distribution, and a more nimble feel on twisty roads. For younger buyers entering the Mustang world, or for drivers who want everyday performance with modern efficiency, the EcoBoost hits a sweet spot. Turbo technology has evolved, lag is reduced, boost management is smarter. It's quick, responsive, and far more capable than older 4-cylinder muscle cars ever were. But then we step into the heart of the lineup. The 5.0-liter Coyote V8 in the Mustang GT. This is where emotion takes over, naturally aspirated, high revving, unmistakably loud. The Coyote isn't surviving by accident. It survived because Ford keeps refining it. Improved airflow, smarter engine management, better combustion efficiency, all engineered to meet modern emission standards, while still delivering the power enthusiasts demand. And here's what makes it special: dual personality. In traffic, it's composed, smooth, manageable. But press the throttle, let it climb toward redline, and it transforms. The power band is wide, linear, predictable, and incredibly satisfying. That consistency is something many drivers prefer over turbocharged surge, especially on track. Then at the top of the pyramid, Ford pushes things even further. The 5.2-liter supercharged V8. This engine isn't just about street presence. It turns the Mustang into a legitimate track weapon. Massive horsepower, aggressive tuning, engineered for drivers who demand the absolute maximum. And here's why that matters. Halo models like this don't just sell cars. They elevate the entire brand. Even EcoBoost buyers benefit from the prestige created by that top-tier performance monster. Ford didn't just preserve the V8. They built the entire lineup around it. And that sends a message. So why keep the V8 alive in 2026? Simple answer: because the Mustang without a V8 isn't really a Mustang. Ford knows the name carries weight in America. This isn't just another coupe on a showroom floor. The Mustang is part of automotive culture. From the late 60s muscle era to modern track machines, the V8 soundtrack has always been central to its identity. Take that away, and you risk breaking the emotional contract with loyal buyers. And make no mistake, the demand is still there. Even with electric vehicles gaining ground, performance car buyers in the US continue prioritizing engagement over efficiency. They care about sound, throttle response, mechanical feedback. the physical connection between driver and machine. A naturally aspirated V8 delivers that in a way smaller engines simply don't. There's also a business reality here. Performance trims generate strong profit margins. Mustang GT models and high-performance variants command premium pricing, and V8 buyers typically invest in options, upgrades, and performance packages. That makes the V8 not just an emotional decision, but a financially smart one. But here's where it gets strategic. Ford isn't ignoring regulations. They're balancing them. Across the broader lineup, SUVs, trucks, crossovers, electrification is expanding rapidly. Hybrid systems, fully electric platforms, that broader shift allows Ford to offset emissions targets while preserving niche performance. Models like the Mustang V8, it's a calculated move. Instead of eliminating combustion performance entirely, Ford is using a dual-path strategy. And then there's the emotional equation. Automotive brand experts often talk about sensory experience. Sound, vibration, and mechanical crescendo create a visceral connection. Electric vehicles offer instant torque, and yes, incredible acceleration, but they lack the rising mechanical drama of a V8 climbing toward redline. That buildup, that crescendo, that roar, it's part of Mustang DNA. There's also the matter of throttle feel. Naturally aspirated engines provide linear, predictable response, something track drivers deeply appreciate. No waiting for boost, no sudden surge, just direct input and immediate reaction. And Ford doubled down even further by continuing to offer a manual transmission in V8 models. In a world where manuals are disappearing fast, keeping it alive reinforces something important. This isn't just about keeping an engine. It's about preserving a philosophy. The V8 isn't surviving quietly. It's surviving proudly. Now let's zoom out for a second. Look at the muscle car landscape in America right now. It's shrinking. Competitors have shifted direction. Some have moved aggressively toward electrification. Others have reduced or completely eliminated traditional V8 offerings. The segment that once defined American performance is thinner than it's ever been. And that's exactly why the Mustang's decision matters. By keeping the 5.0-liter V8 alive, Ford positions the Mustang as one of the last truly accessible V8 performance coupes on the market. That exclusivity changes everything, because when something becomes rare, it becomes desirable. Enthusiasts understand that the window for naturally aspirated muscle cars may not stay open forever. That awareness alone increases demand. Buyers aren't just purchasing a car, they're securing a piece of an era that could eventually close. But here's the key point. Keeping the V8 does not mean Ford is ignoring electrification. Far from it. Ford's broader strategy includes aggressive expansion into electric and hybrid platforms across trucks and SUVs, and under the Mustang name itself. The all-electric Mach-E already represents a bold step into performance EV territory. What we're seeing isn't resistance to change, it's coexistence. Ford is running a dual-path performance strategy, combustion and electric, side by side, and that approach reduces risk. If EV adoption accelerates faster than expected, Ford is already positioned. If enthusiast demand for internal combustion remains strong, especially in the US, the Mustang V8 continues delivering. That flexibility is smart business. Now let's talk performance expectations. The 5.0-liter Mustang GT is projected to stay in the 480 to 500 horsepower range, depending on configuration. That's serious output for a naturally aspirated engine. In 2026, and the supercharged 5.2-liter variant, it's expected to push well beyond 700 horsepower in track-focused trims. But here's something important. Raw horsepower numbers don't tell the whole story. The latest Mustang generation brings improvements in chassis rigidity, aerodynamics, and suspension tuning. That means the car doesn't just accelerate harder, it handles better, feels more planted, and delivers more confidence at speed. Performance today isn't just about straight-line bragging rights. It's about total driving experience. And in that arena, the Mustang isn't just surviving, it's standing alone. So where does this leave us? The phrase, the V8 lives, carries more weight than just engine specifications. It represents something bigger happening in the automotive world right now. We are living in a time of massive transformation. Electrification is accelerating. Digital interfaces are replacing analog feedback. Silent acceleration is becoming normal. And yet, in the middle of all that change, the 2026 Mustang stands firm with a naturally aspirated V8 at its core. That matters, because it proves passion still has influence inside corporate decision-making rooms. This wasn't a nostalgic accident. It was a calculated choice based on customer loyalty, brand heritage, and long-term strategy. But let's be realistic. How long can it last? Industry insiders suggest that as long as emissions, regulations allow automakers to offset performance models through broader fleet, electrification, engines like the Coyote can survive. Over time, we may see mild hybrid assistance added, not to erase the V8, but to enhance efficiency while preserving character. Evolution doesn't automatically mean extinction. It means adaptation. And Ford has shown a willingness to adapt without abandoning identity. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost ensures accessibility and modern efficiency. The 5.0-liter Coyote V8 preserves the emotional heartbeat of American muscle. The supercharged 5.2-liter flagship pushes the performance envelope into extreme territory. Together, they create a lineup that respects the past while preparing for the future. In an era where driving experiences are increasingly digital and automated, the Mustang continues offering something raw, mechanical, unfiltered. The rumble at idle, the climb to redline, the unmistakable roar that turns heads at every stoplight. That sound isn't just noise, it's heritage. So here's the real question for you. If this truly is the golden age of the modern V8, would you choose it while you still can, or are you ready to move fully into the electric future? Drop your answer in the comments, because one thing is clear, for now and maybe longer than critics expected. The Mustang V8 isn't fading quietly. It's still roaring down American roads, and it's not done yet.